Hello, my name's Joey. I worked as a project manager for NEMIC's virtual classroom. I have with me May here, also from NEMIC.
Hello.
She's NEMIC's program director. And we wanted to take a moment and kind of reflect on how we got here. It's been about 2.5 years since we first came up with this idea.
Coming on there, yes. And it actually started with the MedTech Leadership Program. That's our signature program at the NEMIC Foundation, and kind of just evolved from there. The MedTech Leadership Program was a fully in-person course until the pandemic hit, and then we went virtual. We wanted to translate that to live in a more online learning environment. There was a lot of research that went into the MedTech Leadership Program.
Those initial exploratory research/discovery meetings that we had, those were with key opinion leaders in the state around this field of medtech and medical innovation. I think those were pretty inspiring for us because it really showed that there was this need and this interest.
Yeah, Joey and I were getting in the car and going to Boston and New York and places like that to talk to investors, successful startups, founders, failed startup founders, and industry professionals to really find out what was missing in terms of the educational components of other med tech and digital health education programs that are out there.
One thing that made us super excited to work on this project in the first place is when we're doing our initial research, we didn't really come across anything that was like what we're doing here. There's a clear need in this space for this education that's really entrepreneur facing and entrepreneur friendly, which I think is super important.
Every investor that's invested.
The thing that makes our program so unique is really the instructors who have put in tons of work. They have just decades of background knowledge, real world experience and expertise from the industry. And so they bring that to the table, and those are the real stories that they'll share with you as you learn. We'd love to be able to have 20 classes a year with them, but we just can't do that. So this makes their expertise accessible to everyone else, which is really awesome. So we can now share it with the larger ecosystem. There was probably over 20 people who are working on the production of the virtual classroom. We're translating all of the content. We're using animations and PowerPoint slides, but much fancier, which all sit in a learning management system.
I think something that's really unique about this space is that the topics we cover can vary really widely from one another. We cover things like human resources for a startup company, all the way to things like fundraising strategy, which are obviously two super different things. Being able to storyboard that content in a consistent manner was pretty challenging, but we're hoping that it's going to pay off in the end for a really consistent experience for the learners.
We're just very excited to share this with you, so make sure you subscribe to our newsletter because we'll be sharing more information as we get closer to the launch.